Over the last couple of days, a number of videos have been going viral, showing that the streets of Goa are empty despite this time between Christmas and New Year's being peak season, and the fact that even North Goa tourist hubs like Kalingat appear to be deserted. But while many on social media platform X have backed these claims, there are some who are calling it false and saying there is enough crowd even this year around, leaving people confused. This is significant, particularly in light of the whole controversy over Goa's declining tourism trend earlier this year, when data stated that Goa was seeing lower tourist footfall, and people saying they prefer other South Asian destinations like Sri Lanka, Vietnam and Thailand rather than Goa. They cited multiple reasons for this, including high taxi fares, extremely expensive hotels as compared to other South Asian destinations, which seem to be giving more value for money, and high airfares as well. But then, is Goa empty or is tourism still buzzing? The conflicting voices on social media can be confusing, but let's dive a little deeper. First off, people who Mint spoke with have indeed confirmed that Goa is in fact much emptier than it used to be. They pin the blame on high prices of both hotels and restaurants, unwelcoming behavior towards tourists and high taxi fares. Let's dive even deeper and look at some indicators and what they point towards. First is the flight and hotel prices. When Mint checked hotel prices, they are definitely lower than previous years, at this time at least. While high-end hotels of course do charge a lot as they normally do, there doesn't seem to be too much of a peak season surge. Hotel prices generally also are quite high in Goa, and it seems to be this way even now. Flight fares also do seem much lower, considering that this is supposed to be the time when everyone in the country used to flock to Goa. Mumbai-Goa prices on 1st Jan are below Rs 3,000 and Delhi-Goa fares are below Rs 7,000, which is relatively low compared to previous years. However, many residents on social media point out that while the crowds may have declined compared to previous years, there are still a lot of people and it's by no means deserted. A part of the answer seems to lie in what former Kalingat MLA Agnello Fernandez said in an interview. He says that the number of tourists are definitely much lower. His own hotel, he says, was nearly 60% empty in the end of December, which shows that bookings are definitely down. However, he says roads are not empty. Shacks and hotels are empty, but not the roads. Roads do still have crowds. This basically shows that the tourists who are coming in are not the ones who spend. Those who can afford better places are flocking there. Like those who can afford 5-star hotels and good places to eat, they are ditching Goa. But tourists are still coming in, just not the ones who help the state's revenue growth. Even the Mumbai-Goa highway was jammed, and fares of buses have been skyrocketing this tourist season, as indicated by multiple reports. So basically, going by the facts and by netizens' social media posts, it seems that many have indeed ditched Goa for alternate destinations to celebrate New Year's. But why is Goa really losing its appeal?
Well, the allure of Goa has been tarnished by a mix of unchecked commercialization, poor infrastructure, and skyrocketing prices. Upon arrival, visitors are apparently greeted by aggressive taxi drivers, offering no options but exorbitant fares. Without effective public transportation or competitive ride-hailing options, tourists feel trapped at the mercy of the taxi mafia. Social media is full of stories where tourists have felt exploited by high taxi rates, some even saying they were threatened by drivers. Popular ride-hailing apps such as Ola and Uber have been blocked by local taxi unions, leading to lack of affordable transportation options. Another issue is the high cost of hotels. For many, Goa's hotel prices are increasingly comparable to those in countries like Thailand and Vietnam, but with fewer amenities and lower service quality. The cost disparity is pushing tourists to consider more affordable options in other countries. Notably, an ex-user shared screenshots of prices of stay in a 5-star hotel in Goa and Vietnam, which showed a stark difference between the two. Goa's luxury hotels too are pricing out all but the wealthiest. A 4-night stay can easily reach in lakhs for top villas. Comparatively, a family could afford multiple international vacations for the same amount. For many tourists, Goa just doesn't offer the same value it once did.
I think one of the main reasons that I, and I suppose others these days, would consider traveling to Southeast Asia, and especially places like Bangkok Bangkok and Thailand in particular over Goa, is because the quality of the experience for the price you pay is substantially higher. Like for like, what you pay for a hotel and accommodation in Goa, if you were to pay the same amount in a country like Thailand, your overall quality of experience, services, just upkeep of a property would be heads and shoulders above. And I think this also extends to food and beverage. Dining, for example, the variety, yes, absolutely, Goa's got fabulous dining when compared to even some of the best cities, Delhi, Bombay included, in India. But when you compare it to, a city like Thailand, for example, the options are, 100x of what they are. And sure, you have fabulous establishments where you might end up paying for a great global quality meal as much as you would anywhere else in the world. But you can also find a very high quality and affordable meal, literally street food with very, very good hygiene standards. Also all over, for example, a country like Thailand in particular. So I think that the price to experience mix that you get these days really is the major factor, along with obviously the fact that, there has now been visa on arrival, which has really increased the number of footfalls of tourists from India to countries in Southeast Asia. So I think that these are the biggest factors, that Goa has just become comparatively more expensive.
For international tourists, even factors like better connectivity to other South Asian destinations plays a role. For Indians, it's factors like airfares to these destinations being just as much or cheaper than to Goa. Though this year, as we mentioned, flight fares to Goa are not too high even in peak season, which just shows the extent to which Goa has been hit by these factors and the discourse around them in the last few weeks. Is Goa still among your favorite destinations, or would you rather travel elsewhere instead? Let us know in the comments, and we hope you enjoyed this video. For more such content, keep watching Mint.